Here's another one of my fairly early builds. I think the very first video that I ever did about Fallout on YouTube was me building this. This is another little innovation that I thought was quite cool, but obviously nobody else did. It's a sentry gun inside one of those little cupolas or whatever they're called. Yeah, I just think it looks good. I just think it's a good way of keeping your sentry gun from getting shot and having bombs thrown at it, but while also maintaining its ability to shoot the crap out of anyone who comes at you. It's a little bit awkward to get it in, but that's actually very well put in. Actually, that arc is not clipping at all anywhere. So yeah, I'd say points to me for that one. That looks pretty cool. Right, also on this build, this is why I innovated the another thing that didn't catch on. Wire fences, made of two wire fences glitched on top of each other.
Something isn't right. We should get out of here.
You like that location? Built a crazy tower here. Yeah, I've done a few different builds at Croup Manor, as with most of my stuff. But what do you think of this double wire fence? This is before we had mods where you could get the decent wire fences, and I just basically plopped two wire fences on top of each other, and then used the posts from the what do you call it? Ball track tabs. I think I'm about to get crashed on any minute now. There's a vertibird in the air, which probably means I'm going to get landed on. Right, so yeah, so that keeps the forecourt safe, and I've built all the way around here. There's a doorway. I'm pretty sure the dead ghouls are still on the ground. Yeah, dead ghouls are still on the ground here, because yeah, this is before we had the bloody mods to get rid of them. So most of this this is built with the ghouls in mind. Right, so sentry post here. There's one of my provisioner bots. Always use foundation blocks as a wall. Okay. They're really big, thick, chunky ones. I think they're too big for me. I think I prefer the wood chunky kind of look. Once or twice I've used the concrete, not the huge concrete foundations. I wouldn't use them as a wall. I just think they're too big, I think, for my taste. Yeah, I had an update. Yeah, I think it was just something to do with Creation Club. I remember seeing someone posted it was to do with Creation Club. Alright, there's my building over in the distance. You can barely make out the original building for all the stuff that I've built around it. Quite like the sentry gun up here. I had a hard job getting it in. I can't remember how I managed to do it in the end, but it didn't. I think eventually it snapped. 752 megabytes, yeah? That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm useless with the technical stuff. Yeah, but it was probably some kind of Creation Club thing. And there's another dead ghoul. I don't want to move the sentry post and get rid of the ghouls now, because they'll be hard to get back in because of the fact they're all glitched in there with mats and that. So I'm just leaving them as they are. Right, so out here we have. Actually, looking at this now, thinking about this, this is where the provisioners are meant to come, but I don't think there's anywhere. I suppose they can come. I'm just working out what route they would take to get here. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking that through, was I? They've got to walk over some harsh ground to get to the actual their resting spot. Oh well. I didn't consider that very carefully, did I? Right, let's have a look in the house anyway. Yeah, you could. Yeah, but they come back though. I was always picking up the ghouls and throwing them in the water. I did it loads of times, but they every time I come back, they returned. They always returned, whatever I did. So until we eventually got the scrap mods, allow us to get rid of them. Alright. Not too bad with the supports here. At least there's an attempt made to support the construction. Right, over here I built a shop, because if you remember there's a ghoul that is always on the ground down here. So I built a shop over him basically. Yeah, no, they always came back for me. I don't know what happened, but I could never get rid of them properly. They always returned. Every single time. Yeah, and with the scrap everything mod, you can scrap them all. So, but yeah, Let's have a look at Brahmin. Took me ages getting these bloody double fences up, and they're not perfect because they're so hard to get them proper. The worst place for the dead bodies is bloody Sunshine Tidings. That's awful for blinking dead bodies. You can see I use the ball track angles to sort of look like supports. This is how long ago. Is that me with the beard? I do have a beard, yeah. You're talking about in my picture for this channel? I can't remember actually now. Is it one with the really big weird bald head? Because there's a picture of me that I used quite a bit recently with my face on the body of an old Twilight Zone episode. Is that the picture you're talking about? It's like a great big bald alien kind of thing with my face on it. That might be the one you're talking about. I'm not too sure which what picture you're referring to. But here's my bar anyway. And a bloke on the roof, as you always get people on the roofs. Right, and again, this was where another body was. I had to literally build a stair. Originally, to come out here, there was an extra step to get out because it was covering up the body of a ghoul. But after I got the scrap mod, I was able to get rid of the body, so that was a relief. Right, I'm not really doing this tour very well. Let's go back at the front. Let's go back out the front and do the house again from the beginning. Right, so yeah, so that's the outside security. There's the water and power. Right, and then we come into the building. Yeah, just bunged a few walls in. I remember now, I tried to separate little areas so there's a bit more privacy for people's bedrooms, rather than just throwing all the mattresses just on the floor and saying that's where you live. Yeah, I tried to sort of separate them off a little bit. Right, there's a little shopping area. I love the shopping mats. They're much better than them big god awful bloody original shops that you get in the game, which take up too much room. These look much nicer. Just so you can just use whatever you want for them to stand there with their clipboards. Alright, yeah. See you later, mate. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for subbing even more. Yeah, I'm going to try and do all my tours if I can. See how it goes. Right, so here, yeah, just I think the first time I came to Croup Manor, I just used mats. I just used carpets to cover up the holes, and because the physics don't work properly, no one would fall through the floor. So I thought that'd do. But yeah, now we've got the I can't remember the words, man. That wood stuff. Plywood. Now we've got the plywood sheets. I was able to block up using those. But it doesn't seem like anyone's actually on duty in the shops, which is annoying. Right, let's have a look around the rest of the house. I have got my blinking lights on. Right. It's annoying you can't scrap that tiny bit of wall there. That's annoying. But anyway. Pre-decorated shelves are a godsend. Gives a bit more character to the place. Makes it look a bit more believable. Right, down here I've got my armour workbench and a little chems area. Right, up to the next level. As you can see, I've cordoned off some little areas again to make them have a little bit of privacy.
If you work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
All this communal living with just a load of mattresses on the floor. Yeah, I've done away with that. It gives you a bit more believability, a bit more character to have them separated out a little bit. This area could be cordoned off a bit more actually, but yeah, well, it is what it is.
Hope you ain't one of them sets.
Right. So this area here, you got 3 separate rooms. Must have been quite a long while ago. You can see I'm using the old mat still for glitching. Yeah, nice use of space. So you've got 3 bedrooms there in that one room, giving them a little bit of privacy. Right, we seem to have a sub-Brahmin over there. The sub-Brahmin is it's a Brahmin that can breathe underwater. There's quite a lot of them around actually. Right, let's go around here. Few beds, few resting places, few guard posts. Once again it's getting dark. I'm always messing up and doing my tours in the dark. I thought I'd come here at a reasonable hour. Get off that roof, you wally. Right, so I already showed you the bar around here, and there's no one on duty in that bar either. They love shirking their responsibilities, these settlers, and then they moan at me about not having clean fingernails and the like. It's like, well, if you weren't so busy lazing instead of doing your work, you could clean your fingernails. Alright, I believe this is the medic. Mind you, it's getting late, so maybe they're not meant to be on duty anyway. Yeah, a little medic-y area here, that's not too bad. Enough decoration to yeah, to make it look lived in. Lounge area. Right, this is the one of the main garden areas, a little greenhouse.
Got work to do. Can't talk.
The idea is that's supposed to go through a hole in the ceiling, but it's not really, is it? How the hell did I get that in there then? I don't understand that. Maybe it just clipped in and I just accepted it.
If we had a good supply of clean water, things would be pretty good.
Alright. Yeah, this leads back out. So you got multiple ways of getting up. This leads back to the second level. So you got ways of getting up levels from the outside and from the inside. Bit of support there, you can see. You can go there or from the other direction. Let's go up this way. When I did my first tour of this, I looked out over here and I realised I'd made I'd made an error with my design because of the way I put the stuff down. That kind of looks a bit phallic. The outside wall and the guard post does look a tiny bit phallic. Let's put it that way. That's my opinion anyway. Right, and then we've got a roof garden as well. Bit of glass to amplify the sun's beams and provide photosynthesis for the crops. Beds. Rest area. And then it leads you back down to there again. So yeah, I think a reasonable use of space in this place. Multiple pathways. Pretty pleased with that. As usual, they're all sitting on the bloody roofs. Are you on the roof because you're checking out the sub-Brahmin over there? Something tells me the Brahmin pathing wasn't really on the top criteria of jobs when they were designing this game. Shall we make it that provisioners travel along the roads to go from destination to destination. No, let's just make them go in a straight line across water and over mountains. Yeah, okay. Enough whinging. And why are you up here? I wish you could shove settlers. So you walk into them and they just stay there. I wish you could just shove them so they fall off things. Anyway, that's enough from this tour. I will be back in my next location in a couple of minutes.